Hello everybody, Bruce Petro with Ask Handyman Bruce and Home Maintenance Solution. Today I am trying to beat my head against the wall and do a mechanic job. So this is our Promaster van. I think this is a 2016. We've got a code there that we think is telling us that the camshaft sensor is bad. I've purchased a camshaft sensor and realized that there's two of them. So I bought two of them. I also looked up online to try to find some videos on how to do it, and I didn't find much at all, so hopefully this is helpful to some people. But this is what the camshaft sensor looks like, and they are telling me that it is in the timing case that's right behind the water pump. So let's take a look. So the first thing I did is I took out a bunch of stuff, all these hoses. I got it all laying right here because I kind of want to remember how it is. You've got a couple of cross hoses and then the filter. I actually got the filter box loose too, which is right here. There's one bolt right here, but then I literally can't figure out how to get it out of the engine bay. So I'm not sure that was very helpful, but I'm just trying to make some space. So anyway, if you get down in here, you see that there's the pulleys, and that's the front of the motor. You can see a radiator hose running down in here, right there. So that's the water pump right there. So somewhere behind there is the timing chain case, and then what they're saying is on the side of that, somewhere over there or over here, is where the sensor bolts in. There's a bolt in like this. There's a little O-ring that well, there's not an O-ring on there. I take that back. I wonder if they're supposed to be. I'll double check that. Anyway, this foot goes in, you tighten that bolt there, and then you plug it in. So I got to find out where this is. Hopefully this video will help somebody. If I ever figure it out, I'll finish this video and post it. Okay guys, I figured out why we're not finding it anywhere on this side, because it's not on that side. It's over here. So it's on the opposite side of the pulleys. I'm going to see if I can get you an angle here. So if it's a Promaster van you're working on, it's on the driver's side of the motor, and it's on the top of the valve covers. You see my socket here? That's the sensor right there. You can see the socket is into the bolt, and then the plug has got that little red connector, comes off the side at a 90 degree. So that's where they are. The back one you're seeing, the front one is covered by the intake manifold, which is right here. So if we're going to replace the front one, which I was going to try the back one and see if that solves my problem, but I got to pull the intake because it's on top of the valve cover, which is underneath there. So anyway, I hope that saves you guys some grief. I pulled this overflow for the radiator off just to make a little more space, but that's how I got my socket in there, sitting there, and I'm going to try to turn that out and pull it out. Hey guys, I forgot to mention, this is the new one. I still don't have the old one out yet, but this is a T25, or no, T20. I'm sorry. It's a T30. So this is how I did it. I if it's sitting up like this in the back there, I had this, and I just rotated it with the ratchet and then by hand, and now I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to leave this plugged in because it'll give me something else to grab on. I'm not going to pull on the wires. That's not a good idea, but it'll help give me more to grab on with my fingers. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, to make this a little more complicated, so here's watch the end of my socket extension. That's the plug. Over here's the sensor. So you see that little gray tie on that wiring harness? That is keeping me from lifting this out. It's putting too much pressure on that. So I'm going to have to disconnect that gray tie in order to pull this out. Either that or back in this awkward position, which is about the end of my arm length. I'm gonna have to try to unplug this and then pull this out, put the new one in, then unplug it. So I'm gonna figure that out now. Okay, I was able to. All right, guys, I was just showing you all how to do this, and I wasn't filming. I apologize, but try to reverse this a little bit. So I slid this off by just overcoming this little catch right here. See that little catch right there? There's a little bump right there. This tab catches on that, so I just lifted. After I pulled this red retainer back, I just kind of lifted and slid that off. Okay, now I can pull the sensor straight out, and we'll reverse the process. There's the screw, and put it back in. Okay, here's the new one. We're gonna stick this in here. It's a little tricky to get in between the cam lobes, but you just kind of got to feel for it. Get it straight in. And we got to thread this. And, well, no, it's not. It's a little tricky. I'm not going to do this on camera just because it's going to take too much time, but you get the idea. We're going to make sure this is fit in here correctly where we'll start to thread, and then we're going to slide this back on, clip it on. All right, there's the Titan bolt, and we got that on, and we got the little red retainer clip engaged. All right, there it is. That's how you find the camshaft sensor, and that's how you replace it. Good luck to you all. That's going to be a tough one. Well, it's well into the night now, and you guessed it, had to take off the intake to get to this other one. There she be. Gonna replace it the same way as the other one. I hope this fixes the problem, but we had to pull everything down. You got to pull this whole front off. There's some good videos online. I'm not going to go over everything. You have to pull this intake off just so you can get to it. So, alrighty, hopefully this helps.